In VH1's Love and Hip Hop series, Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris were regarded as the unassailable gold standard of reality TV collaborations for over a decade. Sitting on reunion couches in front of national cameras, millions of people saw Yandy publicly jeopardize the reputation of her firm by claiming that infidelity never damaged their home. She monitored his federal drug trafficking trial, ran his multimillion-dollar business, and created an impeccable image of the redeemed family man while he was serving an 8-year jail sentence. But instead of just failing, the entire public relations stronghold blew up. When Mendeecees publicly mocked Yandy's intimate connection with Michael on podcasts and social media, he did more than just enrage an ex-partner. He broke a 10-year non-aggression pact. In direct retaliation, every level of defense was demolished. Then, financial paper trails, archival text threads, and internal relationship exposures were brutally published, progressively undermining his public image. We are not researching tabloid tales or ordinary online conversation. This is a cold forensic examination of a subterranean lifestyle that included undisclosed physical arrangements, allegations involving male escorts, and low-key covert activities conducted while Yandy was aggressively defending his persona on national television. The psychological and physical damage caused by continuing this cover-up ultimately led to major behind-the-scenes medical issues for Yandy. This is the precise, fact-based play-by-play of how the most savage public exposure in today's entertainment debate resulted from a deliberate celebrity alliance. To understand the extent of today's influence, it is necessary to look at the operational procedures that have maintained this brand since 2011. On screen, Yandy Smith was more than just a useful co-star. She was Mendeecees Harris's primary publicist, talent manager, and legal counsel. When federal prosecutors sentenced Yandy to 8 years in jail in 2015 for his role in a multimillion-dollar drug distribution network throughout upstate New York, Yandy took total control of the narrative. She acquired spin-off coverage, kept up monetization channels, and leveraged their narrative to boost executive prominence across the network. When blogs or former associates made claims of infidelity public while Yandy was in prison, he employed significant damage control. Her stance on press circuits, radio syndications, and live television was steadfast. Leaving the union was never the source of their marital conflicts. She purposefully framed outside claims as malevolent attacks in an attempt to damage their combined business activities and talent contracts. Viewers misread this intentional, high-stakes trade-off as naive loyalty. Yandy was maintaining a framework that was rapidly disintegrating behind closed doors under extreme secrecy. Industry insiders confirmed that her public defense was a well-thought-out defensive strategy to protect her own production contracts, brand ambassadorships, and family assets. She managed challenging co-parenting conflicts with his ex-partners on television, took public criticism, and deliberately downplayed his mistakes in order to keep him marketable for his future release. The entire leverage system was upended once Mendeecees were released from federal custody and reintegrated into the media. Instead of maintaining a quiet profile and honoring Yandy's tremendous reputational armor during his absence, Mendeecees began asserting their dominance in public. The catalyst did not happen behind closed doors. His blatant mockery of Yandy's personal, professional, and social relationships, especially her relationship with Michael, went viral on social media. Yandy thought that public contempt was an intolerable offense. Making fun of her credibility after 12 years of neutralizing his greatest weaknesses destroyed the remaining truce. The moment Mendeecees publicly disparaged the woman who had saved his career, the protective process came to an end. Yandy put an end to her PR defense, making long-suppressed records public and revealing that the adultery she had been denying for over a decade went much beyond ordinary marital disputes into a systematic pattern of covert meetings and dishonesty. Decommissioning Yandy's public relations shield revealed far more than just internal strife. It exposed a complex parallel life that drastically changes Mendeecees Harris's standing. Discussion boards are circulating disclosures that are not sentimental fabrications. They are supported by timed digital exchanges, scheduling overlaps, and payment records that outline a long-term concealment strategy. The core of these discoveries is a relationship far more complex than the typical side chick drama. Internal records and documented receipts show that his secondary contacts were not just ladies. According to the information that has surfaced, Yandy maintained secret agreements and clandestine activities with male escorts while managing his public persona on television. Unconventional arrangements, including possible third-party involvement in the marriage, were the subject of years of gossip in backstage production rooms. However, such details were rigorously concealed to protect the commercial viability of the Harris family brand. This kind of deception required strict operational discipline. Prior to and to his federal service, Mendeecees maintained two distinct universes. On screen, he played the archetypal rigid patriarch overseeing family economic ventures and reintegration into society. Operating off-camera was a parallel infrastructure that supported off-the-record meetings via burner communications, third-party hotel reservations, and private house settings. An important turning point was the gathering and exchange of digital footprints, money transfers, and deleted direct interactions between business executives. When Mendeecees publicly ridiculed Yandy for her relationship with Michael, those cataloged recordings were made public. There are no particular examples of bad judgment indicated by the data. It shows a long-term timeline when sexual encounters with male partners coincided with important family occasions and television production dates. In an industry where clean brand KPIs are essential for network renewals, corporate sponsorships, and production approvals, maintaining a down-low operation requires a lot of collaboration. Yandy's extensive connection to the industry meant that she was constantly undertaking damage control. Despite being aware of the secret meetings, they purposefully stopped media outlets from publishing story leaks that could endanger their executive contracts. The shift from total containment to open exposure has left Mendeecees completely powerless. Without the support of his media staff, Yandy is left to explain established time conflicts that cannot be written off as tabloid rumors. The reality of these covert operations, which were previously protected by non-disclosure agreements and brand preservation strategies, is now the main proof of a significant public breakdown, showing that the partnership's foundation was harmed long before the public noticed the warning signs. Maintaining a multimillion-dollar facade while leading a covert lifestyle has disastrous physical and psychological consequences. For over a decade, Yandy Smith supported Mendeecees' secret life while pursuing a lucrative media career, acting as the main shock absorber. Beyond the meticulously selected red carpet photos and well-edited TV moments, Yandy was battling physical health problems that were directly linked to emotional trauma and chronic stress. A hostile internal climate resulted from the stress of overseeing network executives, stopping press leaks, and confronting the reality of her husband's reclusive existence. Insiders claim that the extended stress manifested as severe anxiety attacks, frequent ER visits, and chronic fatigue. Television audiences saw an unflinching entertainment executive, but behind the scenes, her health was being undermined by the challenges of defending a spouse who offered little reciprocity. The cognitive dissonance of publicly endorsing a union that was internally collapsing eventually reached a breaking point. It goes beyond a personal split. It represents the total collapse of a successful company. The Harris family was a successful media franchise for many years, earning network renewals, executive producing credits, and commercial endorsements based on their tale of shared perseverance. By exposing the reality about Mendeecees' behavior, the secret escort reservations, the low-key lifestyle, and the betrayal of trust, that economic value has all but vanished. Network executives and business sponsors who invested in their unified brand are severing ties as the reality of the situation becomes inevitable. This final collapse illustrates the dangers of developing a public reputation based on inaccurate information. Mendeecees' choice to publicly stir Yandy about Michael was the worst error. He thought her financial and professional engagement in the business would guarantee her silence for all time. But after that barrier was crossed, Yandy understood that maintaining his secrets was putting her integrity, well-being, and peace of mind at jeopardy. The fallout from Mendeecees Harris's actions is nevertheless a sobering lesson in conceit, betrayal, and the consequences of undervaluing loyalty. Mendeecees forced Yandy's hand, depriving him of his own resistance. The image of the repentant, loving spouse has been permanently replaced by documented receipts, betrayed trust, and full public exposure, marking the demise of one of the most sophisticated relationships on reality television. Before we conclude today's breakdown, we would want to make an important announcement regarding this content. The material, analysis, and opinions in this video were produced purely for entertainment, news commentary, and media analysis. Examining, analyzing, and discussing popular culture news, public social media statements, and television stories that are currently circulating in the media are the objectives of this channel. This film is not meant to denigrate, harass, or violate the privacy of anyone mentioned, nor should it be taken as a definitive assertion of absolute fact. We respect and recognize the privacy and choices of every public figure. Our only objective is to provide critical commentary on media practices, celebrity public relations, and the dynamics of the entertainment industry. We now want to hear your thoughts on this breakdown. What do you think about the relationship between public relations management and celebrity relationships? Should famous figures keep their personal conflicts completely out of the media? Or is public exposure an inevitable outcome of reality TV stardom? Please use the comment section below to express your thoughts and opinions. We often evaluate your comments and enjoy hearing various points of view from the community. If you thought this deconstruction was insightful and would like to stay up to speed on the latest pop culture critique and media analysis, click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to make sure you never miss an upload. Thank you for viewing, and we hope to see you in the next analysis.